All right, guys, so this is part three of the series of putting a removable steering wheel on my C7. If you remember from the previous videos, part one and part two, I was working to retain the horn, which is this harness right here that plugs into the clock spring assembly. But with the removable steering wheel, obviously you can't have a horn, so there's really no need to retain that. So what I've done is I've just removed this entire harness altogether, and we don't need that. So let's go into the car here, and I can show you the hub adapter and everything that I've got on here. Just go ahead and get in the car. All right, so I know the light's not that great in here, it's dark, but this is the energy hub adapter that I put on. If we look up in here, we can kind of see the clock spring back there. Bear with me, I try to get some light on this thing. Let's try this. Maybe that helps a little bit, but it's back there. And one of the things I wanted to make sure was that it moved with the steering wheel, right? Because this is where the plug comes through. It's actually up in this area, up in here, is where the plug would have came through. I don't even know if there's enough space back up in there for it to work or not. But of course I took the plug out. And then there's another little tab down in this area that goes through a hole in the stock steering wheel. That would hold that clock spring into place. So it's held in there. It's held in there. So I think it's going to be okay. It can move with the steering wheel. I don't think. I mean, that's what brings the signals through from the back side, right, to this side, and goes with the steering wheel and keeps the wires, all together. Sorry, I'm getting my hands in the way there, but it keeps the wires all together as this thing is turning back and forth, right? Which we don't have any wires connected anymore, so I don't know how important that is, but that clock spring will index with the steering wheel. The steering angle sensor is behind this assembly, so that is the one thing that you want to make sure does not have an issue, because that is giving input into the StabiliTrak, traction control, everything. I've lost the steering angle sensor before when I lost my steering rack a year and a half or 2 years ago. Completely lost the steering rack, and the wheel spun around, and as a result I lost the steering angle sensor, and it just shuts everything off essentially. So that looks good. I'm going to stop here, put on my quick adapter here, finish putting the bolts in on this guy, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I'm back. Got the hub adapter on now. It just bolts with these button head cap screws. Button head cap screws here. Now I got the quick release adapter. This one is SFI certified. It's got a sticker on the back of it. Like I said, not going to be able to retain the horn, and I don't know if you had one where it was solid mounted, it wasn't quick disconnect, and you wanted to retain the horn. If you could get the wires through with the harness the way it is up at the top, maybe you could, maybe you couldn't. I don't know, but here's the steering wheel. Let me just go ahead and put it on there. So that's the steering wheel. I got a little bit too close, but essentially a nice carbon, looks just like the C8 steering wheel, but it's got the quick release adapter on it. It goes like that, pulls it off. So here's how it looks, and I'll leave part numbers in the description so you can reference those. But essentially the adapter from the part number on this is actually for like a 2010 Camaro. I don't know if I said that before, but it slides on perfectly. I mean, there's 3 spots on the steering shaft itself. I think one like a bottom dead center, and then one at like 2 o'clock and one at 10 o'clock. You can see when you have your steering wheel straight, you'll see these like spaces in the splines on the shaft of the steering, and this adapter has those exact same spacings in the spline. So as soon as you put it on there, it'll slide right on like it's supposed to, like it goes. So it goes. I believe this is the one that is needed for the C7, but it doesn't say that in any of their literature. But it appears to work and go on there. And then this is the quick release that I got. Like I said, it's SFI certified. Here's the sticker on it. Oh, gosh. The lighting's horrible. Sorry, maybe tomorrow when we start it up, it'll be better. But anyway, that's the sticker at the bottom. Here's another view of the steering wheel. Right, so it's Alcantara. It's nice. It's got red stitching around with the carbon wheel. I think they said it's their second lightest steering wheel that they have. It's pretty darn light, even with the quick release on the back of it there. But looks good. It goes on good. We look nice and straight. It's got a good feel to it. So tomorrow, when it's not so late, I'll take the car out, make sure everything's working right, and get my sight lines good with the dash through the steering wheel here. But that's it so far. Go ahead and get out so you can see what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I'm happy with it. We'll see how it drives tomorrow. All right, guys. So it's the next day. We're in the car. Got the steering wheel on here. You can see the view that I've got to the steering wheel. It looks pretty good. And you can see that my function button down here is still working. Scrolling through the screens. Of course, when I got in and started it up, I had to dismiss the airbag light. There's the oil pressure, and then I'm going to demonstrate. So you go in here. So I already got red matching on. So turn that off, turn it back on with a little, again, the button down here. Right here, right there. So that's working. Gives you a view outside the car here. That's what it looks like outside the car. Quick release, comes off like that. And there you go, back on. So I'll go for a test ride here in a bit, and it looks like everything's working as it should.